Live from Canada's National Ballet School in Toronto, Business for the Arts presents the 2016 Awards Gala. Now please join me in welcoming your host, Nicole Anderson, President and CEO of Business for the Arts.
Thank you, and wasn't that a beautiful performance? That was a performance of Come In by Canadian choreographer Azra Barton. And it was a tribute performance for our Bovie winner this evening, who has been incredibly involved in the ballet school, of course, as you know. And ordinarily, we would have had the performance program closer to the time of the award presentation. But as it happens, CP and Ryan have to be whisked away to Russia, literally, by Mavis Staines, since they'll be catching a flight in just a few short hours. They've been invited to perform in St. Petersburg, so we're very proud of them for being out there on the world stage. I think there couldn't be a more opportune time for us to be sending our cultural ambassadors out into the global space. Yes. Yes. Now, I think collectively, we are also proud of the artistic talent coming out of art institutions like the National Ballet School, but so many arts organizations across the country. And we also know, I think, that to follow one's passion as an artist and one's gift, to live for one's art is truly very challenging on many levels. And as such, we are just so grateful that we have a strong support network of private sector patrons. All of you, our philanthropists, our volunteer board members, our corporate leaders, who are sponsors and donors from the community investment teams. It truly takes a village, and for that, we thank you. Our team at Business for the Arts has been very much a part of this ecosystem in helping to bring arts and business together. Over the past 10 years, we have invested over $5.5 million in matching funds through our Arts Fest program, which has reached almost 1,000 arts organizations over that time. That $5.5 million has generated $14 million new dollars in private sector investment for the arts. And in all, we have created 3,500 new partnerships between business and the arts as a result. So for that, I am truly grateful to our Business for the Arts team who have worked tirelessly across the country. We are in almost every single province. We just launched Alberta and PEI, New Brunswick, BC, Saskatchewan. It really is a lot of work. So for that, I thank the Business for the Arts team. Now tonight, we would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is part of the treaty lands and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation. I am very much looking forward to celebrating our winners with you this evening. As I mentioned, as I look at the guest list, just about everybody in this room, in fact, everybody in this room, is so vital to nurturing arts and creativity in Canada. I would also like to recognize that the Honourable Elizabeth Dowdeswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, is with us tonight. Thank you for joining us. So on to tonight's proceedings. Very exciting. It is now my pleasure to welcome Craig Offman from the Globe and Mail, who is partnering with us on this next award, to introduce our first award of the evening. Craig.
Thank you. I'm delighted to speak about the Corporate Champion of the Arts Award, which recognizes a business in Canada that has demonstrated long-term, sustained commitment to investment in the arts. This year's winner, Sun Life Financial, is without a doubt one of the frontline corporate champions of the arts. Let's cue the video.
For those who wish to experience, it's access to the performing arts. For those who are underserved, it's free music lessons. For those who dream of playing, it's a musical instrument lending library. At Sun Life Financial, we believe the arts should be enjoyed by everyone regardless of their means. And through our award-winning Making the Arts More Accessible program, we're proud that millions of Canadians can experience the best our country has to offer. Sun Life Financial. Life's brighter under the sun.
The corporation's support of the arts is rooted in its programs. There are countless organizations that benefited from partnering with Sun Life. Here, to tell their unique partnership story, is Michelle Mayhew, Executive Director, COO of TIFF.
Thank you and good evening. It gives me such pleasure to honor Sun Life Financial with the Corporate Champion of the Arts Award. Thank you, Craig. Their unwavering commitment, contribution, and dedication to strengthening arts and culture and promoting its accessibility to individuals and families, regardless of their financial means, deserves to be acknowledged and celebrated. Sun Life has been a vital partner of TIFF's for the past 20 years, sponsoring various festival programs including gala screenings and our Contemporary World Cinema Showcase featuring some of the most important social, political, and economic stories from around the world. And as a result of Sun Life's commitment to TIFF, each year we're able to provide audiences the opportunity to learn about and engage with communities, themes, and issues that are both emotionally and intellectually impactful, true to our mission of transforming the way people see the world through film. Sun Life has also significantly increased festival access to people from underserved communities through our philanthropic initiative, Real Magic. Launched in celebration of TIFF's 40th anniversary last year, Real Magic has provided thousands of complimentary TIFF tickets to individuals and families, ensuring more people are able to experience the transformative power of film. Real Magic is funded through Sun Life's award-winning Making the Arts More Accessible program, the focus of their philanthropic support of arts and culture. Sun Life supports arts organizations across Canada, including national programs such as Culture Days and the Stratford Festival HD, and programs that provide access to the performing arts. In 2014, Sun Life committed to support music schools, including the Sarah McLachlan School of Music in Vancouver and Edmonton, and locally, the Regent Park School of Music. Most recently, Sun Life launched its Sun Life Financial musical instrument lending library program in public libraries in Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. They're very busy at Sun Life, I have to say. From all of us in the arts sector, from the bottom of our collective hearts, thank you, Sun Life, for your vision, commitment, generosity, and investment in the arts. Your support has opened up a world of possibilities to many communities, and it has, without doubt, had a profound impact on us all.
Thank you, Michelle. Please join us in welcoming Jennifer McIntosh, Manager, Philanthropy, Global Marketing from Sun Life Financial, to accept this award.
Congratulations to Jennifer. I am sure into Sun Life. I'm sure you know Jennifer McIntosh well and the Sun Life team. They are truly remarkable in their strategy to ensure that people who wouldn't ordinarily be able to access the arts can. So congratulations to her. Now, it is now my great pleasure to introduce another friend to the arts, a board member of Business for the Arts and president and CEO of AMIA Canada, Vince Timpano. Vince.
Thank you very much, Nicole. AMIA has long been a supporter of arts and culture as part of our own social purpose approach. And it also plays a really important role for us in the development of our own corporate culture. And given the relational nature of our business, working with the arts is, in our opinion, a natural fit for us. As we see it, the arts make the world a more comprehensible place, drawing people into communities of thought and feeling, in turn creating an environment where people know each other and connect in very meaningful and very personal ways. In this spirit, I am really honored to present this year's Community Impact Award, which recognizes an arts and business partnership that has enhanced the quality of life and enriched the cultural scene in their community. This year's award recognizes a developer committed to creating a sense of place and vibrant communities beyond bricks and mortar. Congratulations to Daniels Corporation for their partnership with Artscape on Daniels Spectrum, which opened in Regent Park 4 years ago as part of the larger neighborhood revitalization, and soon after, and importantly, became a cultural hub for performances and events, for artistic interest of young people in the community, and it's home to various groups, including the Regent Park Film Festival and Pathways to Education. So it really is with my pleasure to welcome Tim Jones, Artscape CEO, and Martin Blake, Vice President of the Daniels Corporation, to receive the Community Impact Award.
Good evening. My name is Aida Edinian. I am the Vice President of Business for the Arts. I promised Nicole that if anything were to go wrong during the award show, I'll come to the stage and either step dance, juggle, or sing a sad Armenian song. Now, strangely enough, I can do all those things, but don't worry, I'm not going to do any of that tonight. But what I'd like to do on behalf of the entire Business for the Arts team, to recognize a person that led our organization for a decade now, Nicole Anderson. This year marks Nicole's 10th anniversary with Business for the Arts, and here, with a special secret tribute, our dear partner in crime, Claire Hopkinson, President and CEO of the Toronto Arts Council.
So this is a surprise.
Goodness, this is so wonderful. Thank you.
In acknowledgement of Nicole's incredible 10 years at Business for the Arts, we at the Toronto Arts Council and Foundation are presenting Nicole with an original commission piece that we commissioned in 2015 from Sherry Boyle, an internationally acclaimed Canadian artist, one of our awards plates, one of the very few awards plates.
Claire.
Because you are a star, because of your 10 years of really growing Business for the Arts across the country, for our splendid partnership with Arts Vest, and all the good that it's doing for artists in Toronto and across the country, for other initiatives such as Arts Scene, for your advocacy and how we've managed to grow funding for the arts, which is so incredibly essential, but also for your championship with regard to research and furthering the knowledge of the impact of the cultural scene. So yes, it was a plot to surprise you on your 10th anniversary, and I couldn't be more delighted, and it is so well deserved.
Thank you so much. You're lovely. Thank you. That was absolutely so special. Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. That's entirely unexpected. Thank you. There was actually a bit of a struggle backstage. I don't know if some of you saw it there, but Aida said, well, I have to come out with you. There's something that we want to do for you. And I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're trying to, there's a bit of a pause. So I'm a little bit embarrassed, but I'm very touched, and thank you so much to all of you. I had planned to congratulate Tim Jones and Martin from the Daniel Spectrum for what they've done for the arts in the city, and so many great artists have come out of that space, and we're just so lucky to have one of those artists with us this evening. His name is Mustafa, the poet. He grew up in Regent Park, and he is melting hearts and minds across the globe as it happens. So I'd like to welcome Mustafa.
Once close to every chance, now an opportunity to enhance from a spectrum of hope and gaze, experience, learn and innovate. Regent Park, a home to the arts, hidden in hearts and active in minds. Creative gifts manifest and you'll find open, and not just your eyes, to depict the beauty in a park often sheltered in lies. Looking to find a place to shelter artistic minds, to graft the talent unheard, talent they've blurred, talent they've left behind, to a place with breaking news of breaking hearts and wrapped with caution tape time and time again. If only they knew the park is filled with hearts that beat for each other. It's just been redefined, but as it redesigns, the beating will be clear and recombined. Emphatic, roaring, peace of heart, peace of mind, peace of heart, pieces intertwined. As it redesigns, it will show the bright colors splattered against brick walls, damp with tears, colors that come alive when light skies disappear. Then let the art touch your heart, art heart. Children that sing louder than gunshots, sounds that ring louder than sirens, echoing through the park. Through Somali talks to Tungusic, into Regent Park School of Music, lifting parts of broken hearts out of fear. Voices that empower, that touch not the skin, but what lies in here. So hear, but not just with your ears, to listen to the stories of stories often left unclear. Open the doors to Regent Park's Film Festival. Red lights, cameras and reactions, golden sparks of interaction. Lights, cameras and attractions from all parts of the city. All we ask for is your heart and not your pity. All we ask for is your heart and not your pity. All we ask for is your heart and not your pity. Be the change in the center of a social innovation. Watch every office turn into a foundation of inspiration. Hot desks of motivation as they smoothen the globe. Watch the new world unfold. From youth engagement to poverty, watch veiled eyes unrobe. Clear your mind before you enter native earth performing arts. Let the soles of your feet feel our mother's breath in the ground as friction makes a sound, resounding, nature's gifts abounding. Feel as they teach spiritual fundamentals, native arts main credentials. It's their earth we live on, so celebrating their culture should be essential. And dance into Koba's open doors, West African style. Let the beat of the drums harmonize with the beat of your soul, and let it travel miles. And even if you're spiritually drained, and even if you're spiritually drained, and even if you're spiritually drained, as you dance, just smile until you can forget sadness and laugh at anger, until you can look into the eyes of anyone as a future brother and not a stranger. Invest in relationships. You don't need to be a banker. Send your salams to a Muslim. Go play dice with a gangster. Redefine stereotypes and send that to the news anchor. Don't judge anyone. It's a small world and we're all neighbors. See everyone as one. Let that be our new culture along with our own, and let us hone a new art of hearts that have grown. And as long as the sun rises, so can I. And if I'm frail and small, I cannot shine. And they see me fall, still watch me fly. Let them see the wounds under wings that were once sky deprived. And I will love, for love does not wither like time. For bricks and bodies are only costumes for the soul. A soul I'll feed and clean and hold and let go. For the light I give off lets my community glow. For darkness kills the creative mind. In blankets we fold, and in blankets I tell stories about cultures of gold. I read my palms, for in them they are told. Thank you guys so much, appreciate it.
Yes, those words, and especially for our next presenter, who I know will have been very moved by that piece. It's a great pleasure to introduce our next presenter of the Arnold Edinburgh Award. He's a board member of Business for the Arts, Mike Vacketts. He is a philanthropist extraordinaire and has been particularly invested in ensuring that kids who wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to take music lessons have that access. And he's done a lot of work with the Royal Conservatory to make that possible. So my great pleasure in introducing Mike Vacketts to present the next award.
Thank you, Nicole. We are extremely honored and privileged to again be supporting the Arnold Edinburgh Award as it recognizes the next generation of business leaders who are dedicated to invest their volunteer time, talent, and treasures to the arts. I believe that the next generation of philanthropists are vital to ensuring that arts and culture thrive in this country. Before I introduce this recipient, Karen and I were down in the U.S. last week and experienced the events of last Tuesday. And I got a little email on Wednesday, and it was a little picture. So it was the president-elect with our young prime minister, and it said, "Hey, Frenchie, how much for Alberta? You may get our resources, but we're keeping this guy." It is my pleasure to announce that Irfhan Rawji as this year's award recipient. Irfhan is an outstanding young leader who has significant experience as an investor, consultant, and senior executive. He is committed to public service, having served on the boards of the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada, the Harbourfront Centre and Business for the Arts. He is currently on the boards of the Institute of Canadian Citizenship, Glenbow Museum, and Imagination 150. Here's what a few people he works with have to say about him. Please cue the video.
Irfhan Rawji is an extraordinary man. Not only is he a committed business professional, he gives his all in his community.
Irfhan is one of the very best. Since arriving here in Calgary, he has made an immeasurable contribution to our community, not just to the arts, but throughout our community, and he is exactly the kind of person we need to nurture. He is an inspiration to me and to others every single day.
He's, of course, a great financier in his own right, very smart, very young in that, but he has taste and judgment, and he'll always do well.
One of his unique character traits is his firm belief in people and his support of everyone around him. So he loves putting people together and just seeing what creative alchemy comes from it.
He knows how also to encourage other people because he listens. He genuinely listens to other people.
He's young enough that he should accomplish a lot more, even more than he has already.
Dear Irfhan, congratulations.
Congratulations, Irfhan. There's no one who embodies the values and the spirit of the Arnold Edinburgh Award more than you do.
Please join me in welcoming the 2016 Arnold Edinburgh Award recipient, Irfhan Rawji. Irfhan.
Thank you. I sort of feel like anything I can say right now is just going to ruin your impression of me, so I should probably keep it short. My mother-in-law is in the crowd, though, so see, I'm not that bad. In all seriousness, first, thank you to Michael and Karen Vacketts and Cheryl Hudson in their office for their support, not just of this award, which is really important, but of the arts generally. I followed what you've done in this community, and it's really meaningful and much appreciated. I managed to ask my wife how this all sort of happened, so I figured out who worked on this, and so thank you to my nominators, to Jack Thrasher and Jim McLeod, the past chair and chair of the Glenbow Museum, to Stephen Sparling, the chair of Campaign 1419 in Blythe, Ontario, to Adrian Clarkson, the co-founder and co-chair of the ICC, and to Bill Boyle, the past president and CEO of the Harbourfront Centre. Importantly, though, I want to thank Jim Fleck, because the reason that I'm here and did those things is because many years ago, Jim encouraged me to get involved in the arts. And for those of you that know Jim, you know this was encouragement. He came to me one day, and this was probably in 2005 or 2006, and he said, Irfhan, you know, you owe me a few favors, so tell you what, you're either going to serve on the board of Business for the Arts, or you're going to serve on the board of the Harbourfront Centre. And at that time, I thought that he was giving me a choice, but now that I have a young son of my own, I realize that that's a false choice. It's like when I give our son Zane the choice between carrots and celery. He thinks there's some fate in his decision, but really he's eating vegetables either way. And there's a good analog in that Jim knew the vegetables were good for me, that like vegetables, they're important, the arts are important, they're vital to society, and that once I realized that I tried some, that I realized I actually do enjoy them. I do think that arts are important. I think they're important to our society. They're part of what makes us civil. It allows us to celebrate. It allows us to experience each other. It gives us something more than just, you know, I'd say buildings and structure. I'm a believer that it's important to Canada. I'm a believer that, as we learned in economics, that GDP is just capital plus labor. And we know that capital can move. So for us to win, we need to keep good labor and productive labor. And how we do that is build great communities, and how we do that is build great arts institutions. And so that's why Christine and I do what we do. I also want to acknowledge the other award winners tonight. It's a real honor to be able to be on the same stage as Kiki Delaney and Kain. To say that you shared the stage with Kain is a really big deal. To say you're her opening act is even better. So that's a bucket list check. So congratulations to you as well. And finally, and most importantly, huge thanks to my family, my parents, my late father, my mother for raising me the way they did, my sister Salima for her support and encouragement, and mostly to my wife Christine, because for those of you that don't know us, you don't know that more than half of the energy, half of the passion, half of the time that we dedicate to the arts is her. And I'd say in our relationship it's more than half with her, because she's truly driven by this. And so while I get to stand up here and get the award and get the acknowledgement, this is much more for her. Thank you.
Congratulations, Irfhan. It's very well deserved. And as you know, you joined quite an impressive roster of Arnold Award winners, including our new Minister of Heritage, Melanie Joly, who won a few years ago, and Jim Fleck was up here to present that award to her, Stephen Delaney and Simon Foster, who are also in the room this evening. So congratulations. Yes. Now, last year we launched another significant award called the Peter Herndorf Arts Leadership Award. And we presented that award to Peter Herndorf himself last year on stage at the Royal Conservatory. And very pleased to have him back to help present this next award, along with our partner, Burgundy Asset Management, on this award with Greg Dowdall. So Peter Herndorf and Greg Dowdall, please come to the stage to present our next award. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nicole. It's my pleasure on behalf of Burgundy Asset Management to participate in the presentation of the Peter Herndorf Arts Leadership Award. We are delighted to be a partner in support of this award, which recognizes art leaders who have spent a lifetime dedicated to fostering arts in Canada by building partnerships with fellow arts executives, artists, media, business leaders, and the public sector to ensure a vibrant cultural sector for all Canadians. We believe that the arts are vital to healthy communities in Canada, and we are committed to investing in Canada's creative talent. At this time, I'd like to invite Peter to present the award to our recipient this evening.
Thank you very much, Greg. Before I present the award, I'm going to do what one of my predecessors did. I'm going to freelance for a moment, and I'm going to freelance and say to my sister, Kiki Delaney, how proud I am of you and how much I love you, and will you join me in a round of applause? It is with the greatest pleasure that I announce a truly great Canadian, Kain, as this year's Peter Herndorf Arts Leadership Award recipient. Let's cue the video.
Kain has been a treasure in Canada. She had a remarkable career as one of the most important dancers of her generation, I think, but even more importantly, she's become one of the finest artistic directors in the world today.
In Karen's 10 years as artistic director, she has done what she has set out to do. She's improved the caliber of what we put on the stage and the content, and she's got the company touring again.
Karen is the Karen that I knew at age 12. She's gone through every passage with spontaneity, openness, courage, and generosity.
Well, as an artistic director, she's someone, of course, that has been there and has done that. So there's nothing she's asking the dancers to do that she hasn't done herself in more than one way.
The best thing that anyone can ask for in creativity is support, and that Kain believes in me means the world to me.
There's so much that she's done in the last 10 years as artistic director, really sort of raising the National Ballet of Canada to new heights, and really the future is unlimited.
She calls herself a curious person, and it's that curiosity and openness and generosity that makes anything possible and makes the impossible possible. She does that.
Congratulations, Karen.
Congratulations.
I really want to congratulate you.
Congratulations to you. I am so happy and so proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the wonderful Kain to the stage to receive this award.
The mic is going to pick up my heart pounding. Thank you. I'm very honored. When I was told that I was to receive the Peter Herndorf Award, Arts Leadership Award, I confess to feeling a little awkward about it. To me, the term leadership is meant to suggest an individual undertaking, a lone voice at the head of an army of followers, perhaps, or at the very least, a uniquely independent and self-reliant kind of guidance. But the truth is, none of us, even genuine leaders, accomplishes anything all on our own. There is always behind any leader a constellation of people, friends, family, and co-workers, whose often unacknowledged contributions, belief, and support have made their achievements possible. And that's certainly the case for me. For what I feel most in accepting this award is an enormous sense of gratitude. Gratitude for having met and shared my personal and professional life with so many extraordinary people, whose generosity, kindness, strength, and wisdom helped me to clarify what I was striving for, to understand and articulate both to myself and others what it was that I wanted to accomplish. When I set out to become a dancer, two strong, fearless, and redoubtable immigrant women showed their faith in me and what I could do and what I could become. Celia Franca and Betty Oliphant were more than just dance teachers or mentors to me. They were, in their different ways, exemplars models of boldness and courage. They educated me not just in the art of dance, but how to live one's life. They cut a path through the forest, not just for me, but for many other people too. And because of their efforts, everyone who followed them found the going a little easier. So in a very real way, this award honors their memory. When I became Artistic Director of the National Ballet of Canada, I had some very specific ambitions and goals for the company that I wanted to pursue and try to realize. I knew they wouldn't be easily achievable, but I don't think I could have seen any of them through without the almost daily support, quiet confidence, and steady nerve of the company's executive director, Kevin Garland. Kevin, who should get her own award for leadership, knew instinctively what I wanted to do, but just as importantly, she knew how to make those things happen in the real world, how to negotiate, how to forge alliances, how to fight and how to win, and how to do it all quietly and gracefully. I owe her an immense amount for the courage she gave me in the early years, and this award is partly hers. And who else? There have been so many. It's been a very long road and really too many to name. But some of you are here. Those of you who supported Canada's National Ballet School and so my training as a dancer, those of you who support the National Ballet of Canada and everything that we are trying to do there. Without your energy and steadfast faith, the nation's culture, and not just its dance culture, would be a much poorer thing. All of you are leaders too. And if this award, which I cherish deeply, is meant to reflect my accomplishments and my leadership role in the arts, because of what you and others have given to me over the years, it's a reflection of what you have accomplished as well. Thank you.
Congratulations, Karen. As one of your many fans growing up in this city watching you dance, it really is wonderful to see you take the reins of the National Ballet and achieve what you've been able to achieve with that company, and I know it will continue. We had received a note from Baryshnikov saying that he would have loved to be here, absolutely loved to be here, and he says congratulations to you. It's now our pleasure to introduce the next performance of the evening, a tribute to Karen Kain from the National Ballet, of course. Please welcome Hannah Fisher to perform Le Cygne from Le Carnaval des Animaux by Camille Saint-Saëns. Hannah. floor. So there's a little bit more moving around with the dancers, but that was absolutely gorgeous. It's my favorite, one of my favorite pieces of music as well. Thank you to Hannah Fisher. That was beautiful. Now, Hannah Fisher was also a student of the ballet school, I understand, so it's very fitting that she was here this evening. And now, on to our final award presentation. Please welcome our chairman of Business for the Arts, great friend to the arts, as you all know, Jim Fleck.
Well, I'm going to riff a little first about Nicole. You saw how much her colleagues care about her, how much they respect her, how much they love her. And I just want to say on behalf of the board that I can echo that for all of us. She's done a spectacular job for many years. When she first took on the job, there were some that thought she was too young and too female. She was neither. So again, Nicole, congratulations. And we've extended her contract another 20 years. I just wanted to know. So it's my great pleasure tonight to present the Edmund C. Bovey Award. The Bovey Award is named after our first chairman of Business for the Arts and honors a business professional who has demonstrated a lifetime of significant support and leadership in arts and culture in Canada. We have several former Bovey Award winners in the room this evening, including Michael Kerner, Jim Pitblado, and Don Johnson. And I will be delighted to present our Bovey Award winner this year, Kiki Delaney. But first, let's look at the video.
Empathetic, brilliant, compassionate, generous, elegant, loving, visionary, wise, insightful, determined. Kiki Delaney is an incredibly important member of the Canadian community. She has been both a leader in the financial industry, and she also is a tremendous leader in terms of a role model for philanthropy. She has supported a wide range of institutions such as Sick Kids, the Perimeter Institute, the National Ballet School, and of course, Oakhead University. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's as brilliant as Kiki is, who also is as compassionate. To see someone with her kind of business acumen, never ever losing touch with her compassion, is quite remarkable. When you give to the arts, the benefits just keep multiplying. It isn't a gift. It is something that just gives and gives more and gives more. Kiki embodies the spirit in which the Edmund C. Bovey Award was created. That is to honor someone who has shown leadership and philanthropy in support of the arts in Canada. Congratulations, Kiki. Congratulations. Congratulations.
And this is also a very special evening. As it was hinted by Peter, Kiki has filled in a true trifecta. Her brother Peter was the award winner last year. Her son Stephen was the Arnold Edinburgh Award winner in 2013. And tonight, Kiki, of course, is our Bovey Award winner. What an amazing display of one family's support for the arts. And as I saw these wonderful dancers tonight, there's another little factoid that I wasn't aware of before. That Kiki not only walks the talk, she dances the talk. And every Monday, along with some friends, she's here at the bar at the National Ballet School. I asked whether they lowered the bar, but they said, no, it's a regulation bar. But I'd now like to welcome our winner this year, Kiki Delaney.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you to everyone who contributed to that amazing video. I'm thrilled to be receiving the Edmund C. Bovey Award and very grateful to Business for the Arts for this incredible honor. And I am particularly gratified to follow in the footsteps of so many great Canadian philanthropists, some of whom are here this evening. It is such a privilege as well to share the spotlight with two extraordinary Canadians, Kain and Irfhan Rawji. Karen is a national treasure. If there was an award for the most adored Canadian public figure, Karen would win it in a heartbeat. And Irfhan has done so much for the cultural community across Canada. My heartfelt congratulations to both of you. As Jim Fleck mentioned, I'm not the first member of my family to be honored by this organization, but contrary to any rumors you may have heard, I want to assure you that the Delaney-Herndorf clan are not launching a hostile takeover of Business for the Arts. We are merely grateful recipients of its largesse. 42 years ago, a group of enlightened Canadians led by Ed Bovey created Business for the Arts. They recognized the arts as a powerful engine of economic growth. But more importantly, they understood the fundamental importance of artistic endeavor to our broader culture, to our ethical, moral, and aesthetic foundations, to our identity as Canadians, and to the type of society we want to leave our children and grandchildren. For me, the lifeblood of a nation ultimately rests on the depth and richness of its cultural enterprise. But creativity does not arise in a vacuum, and I believe the business community bears a special responsibility to use its resources to foster creativity. But the business community cannot do it alone. In that context, it was particularly heartening last March to learn that the federal government was allocating $1.9 billion in new monies over 5 years to support artistic organizations and individuals in our country. I suspect the seeds of my personal commitment to the arts were planted very early on in childhood ballet classes in Winnipeg. But despite my youthful enthusiasm, it quickly became apparent to all concerned that I was not going to adorn the world stage as a prima ballerina. But my love for dance, indeed for all forms of creative expression, has never left me. Many years ago, as a member of the board of Canada's National Ballet School, I had the opportunity to meet many young, aspiring ballet dancers. Some were only 10 years of age, but they had known from the age of 3 that they had to dance. Without ballet, their life would not have been complete. You cannot manufacture that kind of passion, but boy, do you ever have to support it. In the end, that is what supporting the arts is all about. It's our artists, actors, musicians, and dancers who tell our story. And it is precisely these stories that define us as a society, as a culture, and as a people. I want to say a special thank you to my friend Mavis Staines, Artistic Director of Canada's National Ballet School, for nominating me. Mavis is a truly outstanding Canadian who gives of herself every day and in every way. And thank you to Business for the Arts for recognizing my modest contributions to the arts in Canada. I am grateful and deeply humbled.
Well, congratulations to Kiki, that is well deserved. I want to thank all of you for being with us this evening. This is the conclusion of the awards ceremony. There is a gorgeous, luscious dinner ready for you in the atrium, so you just need to follow the red carpet back out to the main National Ballet School. And I think you have pashminas, or you will be given pashminas if it is a little chilly, for the 30-second walk. So thank you to all of you for coming. Thank you to the Ballet School, to our sponsors, our donors, table hosts. Really couldn't have done it without you. Thanks again. See you at dinner.